Hello everybody. I'm happy to be here for all the followers of Delhi Food Walks. This happened so suddenly and Anubhav has taught me how to get on live here. Let's first get to the main topic. Is organic a fad? Asking if organic is a fad, which many journalists ask me, many people do, or many people feel so and think so, is like saying, is breathing clean air a fad? Is eating safe food a fad? So you see, organic, the word may not be the correct word. Organic, I don't know where that word really came from. It's such a westernized word. But basically, we could use the word desi or any word that we feel like using. Organic is the way we were, is the way the world was. All food was safe food, clean food. We didn't have to think, is this organic, is this not, is this grown with chemicals, is this not. It's only when chemicals came into being did this change. And unfortunately, one cannot see these chemicals when the food is sold to us. So people are still very skeptical and they don't trust that something is organic. So I always say, find out the name of the person running the company, why the person is running this company, why do they want to put this word organic out? Is it just for business, or do they really feel that it's something they want to do? You will find that many people have suffered cancer and other illnesses, lost people, lost family to these horrible diseases, and therefore they have decided that wish they had known earlier about chemical-free life, and therefore they set out to put these foods out. They all may seem very exotic and very fancy, but you don't have to get into buying the very exotic stuff. Your regular everyday food should be chemical-free. Whatever you have in your kitchen should be chemical-free. So we are just going back to the way we were. So not just organic, but you have to switch to whole foods if you want your immunity to be strong. And today, it's even more important. So the thing that I use is, I think this is coming upside down. Be virus proof. How are you going to be virus proof? By building your immunity. I've been talking about this for the last 38 years. That is how old my son is, and that is how I got into this field of nutrition. Be virus proof. Take care of yourself. Have good work in your life, a good social network. Have friends, relax, enjoy your life, work hard, eat good food, eat safe food, go and look for it. I was just a young mother who had a colicky, cranky child. That's why I studied this subject. Thanks to that one baby and a family that I wanted to feed well, I studied nutrition, then taught the subject of nutrition, then started a business. It was the first little shop in Mumbai selling organic food. So there's a lot that you can do. I took a lot of trouble to look for it. Now it's all over the place. Just look for the correct brands. And there are few things that you have to change. There's no other way, whether you do it for your child, for yourself, or whoever. And a lot of people say, oh, we have so much staff, so it's too expensive. But that staff is taking care of you, and you need to take care of them. I've seen people buying, say, a ice cream cone, a fancy ice cream cone for 200 rupees. But when it comes to buying a nice packet of haldi or rice or dal and paying that little bit extra, which actually does go to the farmer. The farmer is paid pretty well via the organic chain. People will start counting their pennies when they have to pay a little more. But they don't count when they eat out, spend thousands on restaurant food, which is not giving them any health. We are so far removed from living on earth, close to land, close to where our food grows, that we don't realize that this is the very food that feeds our cells. If you do not eat good food, where is the food for the cells going to come? You're just filling your belly, and the cells are hungry. Those hungry cells keep crying out for food. We keep feeding it the wrong food. What is the wrong food? White rice, maida, refined salt, refined sugar, milk full of urea and chemicals. So eat and drink whatever you want. There's no restriction. It's not like I'm organic, so I'm eating boring food. I can tell you I eat really, really interesting food, and it's not boiled food. I have lots of ghee, lots of oil, but the oil is not refined oil. Don't listen to advertisements. Listen to what was happening in your homes in your grandmother's time. Ask your grandmother, what did they have? Why are they still so strong? I have parents who have such a good constitution, but we moved to Mumbai from Hyderabad, Sindh, and they fed us white bread. There was no bread in Sindh. So they started to love this. Apparently my grandmother said, oh, I just want bread and butter. I don't want to eat all this beautiful cookies and lolis that we are used to eating. So we were fed all these refined foods, and my brothers and I are not as strong as my parents. My parents are almost 90, and wow, they still have energy, still going strong. At this age, having a great mind, playing bridge, teaching us things. So have the good old jaggery, but not what's available in shops with color added or bleach added. That's what people have been asking for, and that's what the person making jaggery says. Oh, people want whitish or people want reddish jaggery, but actually look for the dark brown jaggery. Look for organic jaggery, because there the sugar cane is grown organically and there are no chemicals added in the process. Please have jaggery instead of sugar. Please have brown rice. Learn how to cook brown rice. I promise you, in 3 weeks of eating brown rice, cooked the right way, you can all be in touch with me, and I'll teach you step by step. I'll put out more videos. You will not like the taste of white rice anymore. It's a guarantee, because you will just feel like, oh, what am I eating? I'm not feeling good. Once you start training yourself to eat healthy, to eat whole foods, to eat organic, you will feel so strong. You'll be virus proof. You'll not be scared of anything. You'll be able to work better. You'll need less sleep. You won't get ill. Isn't that a great thing? I'm not a young lady, as you can imagine, if I have a 38-year-old son. But I don't get ill, and I don't have any chronic illnesses. I don't need to see a doctor. I may take some Ayurvedic medicine, age-related, with no problem, just as a preventive. And if I get any acute problem, like even a cold, I will just take some homeopathic medicine or just take some home remedies. Just rest. Actually, having a cold is just a cry for rest. Clear the confusion from your head. So a few things like this. If you're going to have milk, cheese, make sure it's organic. That's the only way to have it. Eat your fruit on an empty stomach. I'm giving you just some very basic things without which you cannot survive today. Do not eat fruit after meals. Don't tell me, oh, we did this, our parents do this one does it. Just follow these simple things. They are time tested. It's not just from my study. It's from almost 40 years of experience. It's changed my life, and I'm not a fanatic. So I eat out, I socialize, but what I do at home is 90% of the time that's what's going into my body. So 10% when I'm out, it's okay, but the 90%, so your home needs to have all the base ingredients, the correct wheat atta, all the millets, all jowar, bajra. There are now many other old millets coming back. The soma, I forget some of the names now. Have all that. Once you have your kitchen stocked with good organic food, you can prepare anything, whether it's a biryani or a dal or what have you, a pav bhaji. Everything that you prepare will be organic. It'll taste better. It'll be good for health. So it's not like you have to learn some other kind of cooking. It's not some fancy thing from the West. Cook your own favorite foods, but have your ingredients organic. Use rock salt. These are all the things we know. We all know this within ourselves. We just listen to yourself. That's the other thing. Just listen to yourself. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to anybody. Listen to yourself. And you will be fine. Listen to your intuition. It will guide you. Just stick to whole, natural, organic. And trust me, you don't need any other nutrition guidelines. Be busy. Eat according to your hunger. Eat your fruits separately. And organic is not just about food. Be out in the sun. Today, in fact, I was going to sit out in the sun, but there's a lot of noise because there's a coastal road work. Otherwise, I'm always in the sun. And if I don't get the sun, I feel like I haven't eaten. I could be eating lots of food, but if I don't get the sun, I feel really, really lethargic. So it's not just about food and not just even about sunshine. It's also about the clothes you put on your skin. It should allow your skin to breathe. There's no need to use any creams. I just use an apricot oil, a natural organic apricot oil, which is fantastic. In fact, in Delhi, it's available in plenty. The brand is Arohi. It's amazing. And buy things only that will disintegrate if you put it on Mother Earth. Organic is about not just about feeding yourself. It's about taking care of the farmer, taking care of the community, taking care of our Mother Earth. Otherwise, this Mother Earth is going to stop producing for us. The earth with all the chemicals has become so acidic. It's really, really stopped producing. Every time they put more chemicals, it make us more sick. So it's up to us. It's up to us to choose organic so that that organic farmer can be proud. His children can go into farming. Otherwise, one of the biggest dangers is that the children of organic farmers don't want to be farmers. They're fed up. They're fed up of the way they're being treated. They're fed up of getting no money for the food they grow, or getting a pittance. They're fed up of seeing the suicides. So we run a farmers market in Mumbai, and I'm very happy to tell you we've seen all the farmers who come to our market because they all see all the film stars standing in queue for their vegetables and fruits. The young of the farmers are back, at least in this group. Some are studying agriculture, and some, even if they've got some other line that they've studied, they want to now be farmers. And we need them because you and I are not going to start farming for the population of India. These people toil in the sun and give us this fabulous food. I'm sure we can pay a little bit extra to make it worthwhile for them. And it's not a lot of extra money per month. Just buy one less shoe and one less dress. So coming back to clothes, buy clothes that once you're done with it, once you pass it on, eventually if it goes back into the earth, it will disintegrate. All these synthetic clothes don't. It's only cotton clothes that will disintegrate. Everything you buy, from a toothbrush to a toothpaste to a cream to, let's say, a utensil, whatever. Oh, please don't cook in aluminum. Buy earthen pots, cook in earthen pots. And a tawa, when you cook on the iron tawa, like as we make our rotis, thank God we still have some good things left. And you get iron karais. Then when you cook that way, you get iron in your body. Don't get scared of a little bit of rust. You just have to wipe it clean and cook. Please do not use aluminum. So whatever you buy, make sure that when you buy it, you're thinking all this heavily packaged food and this, now everything is going by courier. More packaging, more garbage. And when we talk about germs and virus, do you know those landfills where we throw all the garbage that we create? And we do not segregate? That goes and gets dumped there, the plastic, the paper, the wet garbage, all our food waste. And it rots there, and that's where disease is created. So do not blame the slums, and do not blame the germs, and do not blame the virus. Germs and virus are everywhere. If you are not so careful about, please, anyway, be careful about what you buy. Buy with minimal packaging. Carry your own bags. And if you end up with garbage, please, if a plastic has got food in it, wash it, dry it, separate it. Separate all your dry plastic, and dry them, wash them, dry them, clean them. So the rag picker can take it and sell it and make his little bit of money. It's all a system. We have to think about everybody. And they are clearing up the city for us. Bless them. Give them a tip when you give them. I carry this around and I find rag pickers. I have rag pickers are my best friends in Mumbai. Yes, I don't have too many friends because most of my friends are quite annoying. One of my friends threw a coconut out of her window, moving car, and it's very difficult to be friends with people like this. And wet garbage actually becomes gold. It can become earth again. So if you're already into it, fantastic. If you're not, don't get overwhelmed. Hello, Simu. Don't get overwhelmed. Start slowly. First thing, just segregate that garbage. If you cannot compost your wet, just make sure you're only throwing the little bit of wet compost every day. Forget about the BMC or whoever, that they are not, they mix it anyway. So let them do whatever they want. You don't give it to them. Don't give them your dry garbage. Give it to a rag picker. He makes money and lives out of that and keeps us safe and clean. So in organic, besides all this, go to farmers market. I know in Delhi and other cities, they have nice farmers markets now. You get some fabulous things. And the food that is being served. At our market, we actually check all the vendors that they are buying organic ingredients and all their systems are hygienic. Nothing to do with a virus, just generally simple hygiene. And they serve some of the most fabulous food. So even people coming to our market who don't want to buy vegetables, they come to have a nice brunch in the morning. About slow food. Slow food is a movement that started in Italy. It's now an international movement. I am a member of Slow Food. I've attended some of their fabulous events. I was just in Japan for one of them. It was started by Carlo Petrini when McDonald's came into Italy for the first time. So to oppose fast food, he started slow food. I think it was brilliant. It is brilliant. And it's about supporting the slow movement. It's about, growing things, cooking slow, living slow, not being in the fast track of life. And it's funny right now how the lockdown has made us just by force. And I think it's given everybody a breather. It's very sad what's happened to the poor, which always happens in India. But it's fantastic how it's given everybody a breather. The air is cleaned up. And let's hope we get back to life with a little more sense, a little more hygiene. Washing hands, keeping our shoes out, not breathing onto people. It's all part of everyday life. It's sad that we've had to have a lockdown to teach this to us, isn't it? It's about saving the old traditional foods, which also organic is also about those. Okay, this is very important. Organic is also about saving the desi seeds of India, because otherwise we have big companies trying to sell us genetically modified seeds. So one great thing about buying organic is you're not going to be buying food that is genetically modified, which can be very dangerous. So this is really, really important. That's one big reason. Otherwise, to support organic, otherwise we are all going to be at the mercy of one or two companies selling us genetic seeds, when actually our farmers, if you grow desi food and let the plant grow for longer, those produce seed. That is the seed you use for your next planting. You do not need to buy seeds, and that is how the seed gets stronger and stronger, and that seed is what grows the food which makes you strong. So it's all very related. If you eat genetically modified food, those seeds do not grow food the second round. It's like a dead seed. So can you imagine if we all lived on genetic food? Firstly, your freedom would go because you'd be dependent on some big companies to buy that. The farmers would be even more in debt. We'd get food that's not good for us, and we'd stop producing offsprings because that's the kind of food we'd be eating. Some of the food that's available cheaper than organic, if you look at it, of the hygiene of how it's packed, where it's come from, the chemicals on it, the preservatives on it. Do you know there are big companies that sell you wheat flour? They buy wheat cheap at a mandi, put it in a warehouse. I know this because I knew the marketing manager, and he told me, and then so it's wheat grown with chemicals, then sprayed while it's kept in the storehouse for the full year, and then it's ground, and not in a chucky, in a mill where the moisture is lost to you. So it depends. It's a very marginal difference. I just spoke about the pricing of food. It's a marginal difference in the month that you pay. It's like one meal out. Don't have one less dinner out, one less lunch out, and you'll be able to pay for that extra. It's not such a lot. And now there are many farmer groups, farmer companies, cooperatives that you can buy from. So there's no excuse. If you want to make excuses, you can go on making excuses. You can go on eating chemicals, and you can go on paying the doctors. That's your choice and that's your wish. But it's not expensive. It's the correct price of food where the farmer also gets his due. It's a very nice chain of things where there's hygiene, and you can be sure that there are no chemicals, and your children will be safe. And they will not need doctors, and they will not get diseases. They will not get cancer. So I think we just have 7 minutes to go. So there's just one last thing, which is not organic food as such, but it's a tip that because I'm much older than most of the people, and I've been in this for so long. This is just a philosophical tip for people. There's so much happening. There's the past, there's the future, there's the now with the lockdown. How does one live one's life? Because stress is also the cause of a lot of problems. So the way I have lived, and the advice that I give to all young people, and a lot of people have come back and said, oh, we now follow what you say, and it's been brilliant. So that little tip is so simple because it's true Indian philosophy. All our texts, all our scriptures say that. Just live in the moment. Okay, how do you do that? So, how do you do that? You wake up in the morning. Don't start fretting about what happened yesterday or what's going to happen tomorrow. One is never going to know. Forget the past. Get up in the morning. Do the best that you can. Do not waste time. At my age, I'll tell you, time doesn't come back. Time doesn't wait for anybody. And you wish you had used it better. Get up in the morning. Do the best you can in that day. Your work, love the people around you, look at their souls, don't look at their actions and their idiosyncrasies and their habits. Go beyond all that. Be busy, do as much as you can, have lists to do. You'll feel so good at the end of the day. Okay? So that's a beautiful thing to do. Do a little bit of homework. I wish we didn't have to do that. I wish there was no such thing as organic and non-organic and all this. All you need to do is to check on the company. Read labels properly. When you go to a supermarket, I'm always shocked because there's just such a lot of, like almost everything, 95% of the things in that supermarket have got preservatives, additives, colors. I rarely go into one. I only shop at organic shops now. But I went the other day to buy a jharu. This is one of the things you would get in these stores. And I was just shocked at all the fancy packaging, all those plastic around me, and all the ingredients which just had everything you would not want. So check out the company you're buying from. When I started my store, my label, I mean, you know that it's a mother trying to get good food out. Okay, is she going to try and cheat you? A person who's had cancer, is he going to try and cheat you? So like I said, I wish we didn't have to, but do a little bit of that homework. And especially at a time when we are being bombarded with medication for all kinds of germs and viruses, please build your immunity. We have all the answers in our kitchen for a healthy life. We are lucky we're in a country with such a lot of sunshine. Do not put creams when you go out in the sun. Please, that's the worst thing you can do. If you put a natural oil, it's okay. But please, and even in your cooking, use cold pressed oils. Ghani ka tel, that's what we have all used. That's what our grandparents have used. That's why their bones are strong. When everybody started to say don't have oil, that's when that lot of people have pain in their joints. So please, please don't be naive about things and listen to yourself. Do some research. I really wish my brothers, sisters, children of the world, of India, my country, remain healthy. And it's so simple. It's such a simple thing to be healthy. It's our body is striving to be healthy every minute. We're not striving to be ill, we're striving to be healthy. Please trust me, believe that. I feel so sad when our poor work hard, they build our cities, our homes, they're treated badly. Then the little money that they earn, what do they go out and buy? A vada pav? Refined rice, refined flour, refined oil, refined salt, refined sugar, and then we expect them to work hard. And you know how they manage to work hard then? They have tobacco, gutka, chuna, and then they are rubbing their palms, eating the tobacco, and that's the only way they can work that hard to build our homes and our cities and work for us. Anubhav, thank you very much for inviting me, and I'm glad I'm getting to talk to people who are not already entrenched in organic, because usually I get that audience who are fed up of listening to me. So I'm very, very happy to meet a new bunch of people, and please pass this little talk around, because I think it's come out quite well with lots of tips, and it's pretty complete for you to know a little bit about organic.